Hello, my name is Darlene and welcome to my cooking channel where I post recipes that I've tried, tested, and verified, saving you time, money, and a lot of frustration. And you can find all my printable recipes on my webpage, darlenestable.com. Today I'm making caramel pecan pumpkin bread pudding. So let's get started on Darlene's Table. Okay. So I'm going to start with the brown sugar, add the cinnamon, and nutmeg and salt. Now I always like to mix my sugar, and if I have flour I add it at this point. Mix it up real well before I add the other wet ingredients. Alright, so I'm even going to use my hands a little bit to make sure there's no lumps. You know, the hard lumps that won't dissolve. Okay, that looks really good. So, next I'm going to add the 5 eggs. And I'm going to mix this. In with the pumpkin. This is two cans of pumpkin puree. Pure pumpkin, not pie filling. All right, I'm gonna mix this. Now we're gonna come in with milk, a cup and a half of whole milk, 1 cup of half and half, and vanilla bean paste. Okay, now I'm going to mix this all together. And I'm going to add my 12 ounces. Remember, I did these 2 weeks ago. Look. 2 weeks ago, and they've been in the bag. So, now would be a good time to ring that bell so you get notified when I post a new video. Also, if you like the content, like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. I want to make sure the bread cubes are coated well, and then they will continue to absorb the liquids. This is going to be so good. Now, so, we all have screw-ups, and I forgot to put the butter in, so I didn't even get it to the refrigerator. I'm adding the butter now, and I'm going to give it a good stir. Now, this is going to go into the refrigerator for 2 to 3 hours. Tighten the foil around the edges, but leave it a little bit loose on top. So it'll go in the oven at 350 for 50 minutes. Then the foil will be removed and it will cook for another 20 minutes. All right, so I have a cup of light brown sugar, a stick of butter. I'm going to use 1 tablespoon of Karo. A little bit more is not going to hurt. So I'm adding vanilla. And now the pecans. My goodness, this is thick. That's way too thick. I want to be able to pour this over my bread pudding, so I'm adding some heavy cream. I'd say that's about 1/3 cup. Oh, that's going to make this so good. Now, yes, that's the way I want it. I'm going to pour this caramel so that I can pour it over the cake. I followed the recipe exactly, but that was too thick. You're not going to drizzle that over the bread pudding. So I added a 1/4 cup of cream, and it looks like my caramel sauce is now perfect. Okay, it's ready, out of the oven. Now it's time to pour the caramel pecan sauce over the top. Back into the oven for 5 minutes, that's all. 5 minutes will be enough to heat the sauce back up. Now, I let this cool for about 20 to 30 minutes before I sliced it. Oh my goodness. Oh, that looks so yummy. Look at those wonderful cubes of bread pudding. Soft. It's so moist and fluffy. The pumpkin flavor is so infused in this because you use 2 whole cans of pumpkin puree. And it shows. It's so good. I also added vanilla to this. I added more cinnamon, more nutmeg, another egg to the bread pudding batter. And then to the caramel pecan topping, it was too thick. As soon as I cooked the sugar and the K-roll and the butter, I added cream to it, and that made it where you could pour it, because that's what we wanted, to pour it back over the bread pudding. And it worked out just fine, and I have made all these adjustments to the original recipe. But look at this, you can just see. Look, see how nice that bread pudding is? And this is with the challah bread. Isn't that good? It was so good. Everyone enjoyed it. And this is going to be a keeper for Thanksgiving for sure. Maybe all through the year because it's so good. Caramel pecan pumpkin bread pudding. This is a prime example of why you should follow my channel and website. This recipe as written was really good, but it had some issues that with the help of experience, I was able to make it better. The changes I made are documented, and we updated the recipe, which you will find on the website, darlenestable.com. Folks, I've got to say, I think this is the best bread pudding I've ever made, and I've made a lot of bread pudding over the years. With tons of pumpkin flavor and fall spices like nutmeg and cinnamon, this bread pudding hits all the flavor notes, and the texture was simply amazing. I hope you will give us a try soon, and that's it for this video. This is Halloween weekend, so happy Halloween from Darlene's Table.